Okay, hello, I am back from the insanity that is going to class and getting on the bus, what was it, a total of 4 times today? But I am excited nonetheless to celebrate, eat a treat, and then answer some questions and just talk about the general plans and just the way the channel's going. So I got a few things to celebrate, here we go. So I got, as all great celebratory people do, I got a cupcake because I've had cake stuff on my channel before, but not cupcake. And then I got sparkling cider, but I also have a specific glass for it. I've shown it before, but everything that I drink that is special goes in this cup. So, flamingo style, boys. This video is probably going to be released at 10 o'clock. I don't know. This is Martinelli's Gold Medal Sparkling Cider. It's a Northwest blend. Okay. How do you even open this? I don't know how stuff like this works. I just thought it'd be fun to get because it looks fancy. And I like sparkling cider, so there we go. Oh, wait. Oh, Zooey Mama. Am I strong? Let's see. Yes, I am. Smells like grape juice. Okay, into the flamingo you go. Oh heck, I spilled it. Listen to that. I want to drink the last little bit in this just to feel fancy. That's high class. Does it taste even better in the flamingo? I don't know. Yeah, I went to this bakery in Boone because I'm trying to find out where all the small owned private, not necessarily, it's just family owned businesses are, and there's one called the Sassy Cat Bakery, and it sounds fun, and it's really fun, and the one I got, I'm super excited to try it out. I'm gonna let it thaw out a little bit. It's like a cookie dough icing chocolate cupcake. Let's get it. And then I got some candles. That's what they're called. My mind is absolutely fried. It's been a great experience at college so far. My brain's fried. I have matches in the bathroom. Hold on. I guess to be more festive, I'll turn on my flamingo light. Thank you to my sister for the flamingo light. That's pretty swaggy, not gonna lie. Pretty swag. If you start to hear rain, that's not me adding aesthetic music or noise. That's legit rain. I want to eat it. I am so hungry. I have not had anything today. I want to eat, but I'm going to wait. Also, this celebration video is super chill. I don't have as much as I usually do because I forgot and left some of it at home. That's the extent of the decorations. RIP, but I'm still celebrating. I personally am a little scared of matches. So this is going to be fun. I also got, I was trying to find a fun kind of candle to do. And I found this one that's just the number 5. And I was like, that's fun, because 2,500 or whatever, right? So that's why I got this. So that kind of, I guess, explains it. Not really. I'm going to move the microphone so you can see it, but I'm not going to try and set off the fire alarm of my apartment. I think that's cute. I think that's pretty fun. Okay, the test is to see if I can actually do this. It's a really short match, which is why I'm scared. We're just gonna keep going until it works, okay? My main goal is, first off, to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. But my second goal, it's starting to smell like smoke. My second goal is to not catch on fire, which may be pretty hard to do. I don't even know how old these matches are, bro. That one just broke. Okay, so for my own safety, I'm not gonna light the candle. I know this is so great so far. Just imagine, we and we blew them out. Okay. I was so excited to do these two. Oh well. So before answering questions, I'm gonna eat this cupcake because I'm hungry. In general, I like the atmosphere of this though. This is my kind of day where it's just kind of gray and rainy. I love it, so this is fine. I'm excited to see how this tastes though, because the icing is cookie dough or whatever, right? The actual cupcake's not that big, but I don't care. It's food. Somewhat. Oh, good. This is the kind of food and drink that they serve you at public schools in America. This is what Michelle Obama said no to. Yeah, so they use whatever kind of cookie dough recipe they make and then just put it on a cupcake. That's pretty smart, and it tastes pretty good. Should I just have that light in all of my videos now? I think so. I think it just kind of cool. I like it. So how are you doing? Also, small random interlude, but I have to show you something. So if you're familiar with my channel, I recently, or it's been a few weeks or whatever, since I posted it, I made a video about my succulents. Now today when I went to check on them, there was this little dude caterpillar right here, you can't really see him, munching on my succulents, which I don't really care, I just thought it was cool. Write in the comments what the caterpillar's name should be. I'm not stupid. I know that's not good for the succulent because it's literally eating the leaves. But I think that's kind of cool. I have a little friend now. Maybe he'll turn into a little butterfly or something. Or an evolved form of caterpie. I don't know. So that was good. So now time for questions. Here we go. Okie dokie, so the first questions I'm going to answer are the ones from Instagram. I only have a few there, so those are going to be easier and faster than the YouTube ones. So I'm going to get those out of the way. So the first questions I'm actually going to answer are two questions that someone asked in a previous celebration video, but I forgot to actually answer them, so I'm answering them now. Here we go. So the first two questions I forgot to answer are from Bensa Erde, so hello to you, and I apologize once again for not answering your questions initially, but I'm trying to recover, so here we are. So the first question is, what do I use to edit my videos? I use the program of iMovie. Now, as far as I'm aware, iMovie is only a program that people with Mac computers can use. If you're able to use it on Windows, I would totally suggest getting into it. I'm saying that because I've been familiar with it for ever, but it's a pretty easy, concise program that offers a lot. So I definitely say if you're looking to use a program, go with iMovie if it's available. The second question was, how am I handling the pandemic stuff? For the most part right now, it's pretty chill. I do feel like it's still somewhat frustrating to be able to do certain things. I've been able to go to movies though and go hang out with groups and stuff, which of course most people, at least in North Carolina and where I'm at, there's a mask mandate. So if you're going with it, you typically have to wear a mask even if you're vaccinated, which in my case I am, but that's what it says, so that's what I do. The only thing that I'm kind of nervous about is going back to completely online classes. More and more people in my classes are dropping because they're getting sick, and you can't have people in class if they're gonna spread a deadly virus. So my fear with that is if we go back onto online school, I don't know how that's gonna turn out. So other than that, it's been going pretty chill. The next Instagram question comes from Angus, and the question is, how many YouTubes do I have? That's kind of hard because I don't have any here, so I can't say how many let me think about it. So from what I can recall, and I have videos on them, I have a Call Me Carson YouTubes. I have two of those, the Bob Ross one and the crying one. I have an H2O Delirious figure. I have an I Am Wildcat figure. I have a Snoopy figure. I have a YouTube's actually on the way, hopefully within the next month or something. So another video. It's been a heckin' second since I've done a YouTube's review, but I'll hopefully be getting one in the future. But I think in general I have around 8 ? I do have a playlist for my YouTube's reviews, so if you're interested in that, there you go. Thank you for the question. Daniel asks, what is my favorite mode of transportation? I would have to say, if any of them, I've recently really enjoyed going on the bus. It has both of its positive and negative aspects because sometimes you're crammed in with a lot of people, which is weird because COVID, but I always think it's kind of fun because it's just this little roller coaster that you get to go on, and I just like buses in general. I also like locomotives. When I went around Europe, we went by engine, locomotive, whatever you want to call them, so those are fun. If riding on a horse is considered a mode of transportation, there we go. Driving a car is like Tokyo Drift, so go noom noom. But in general, I think right now my favorite mode of transportation just in general is going on the bus. Okay, I think that's all of the questions from Instagram. Kind of like what I did at the beginning of the Q&A. If there's ones I miss, let me know in the comments, or if there's something you just want to discuss after the video in the comments, totally feel free to do so. So if I miss your questions, just let me know, and I'll have them for future videos. Okay, so the first question, or rather questions, comes from Mr. 2007, so hello to you and thank you for your questions. First one is, do I go to Chuck E. Cheese? I actually had a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party when I was like 8, so I don't regularly go to Chuck E. Cheese, but I have, and I had like a really fun like sprinkle chocolate cake. That was fun. I like Chuck E. Cheese, mainly because of Skee Ball, but in general, I don't go to Chuck E. Cheese regularly, but I do like Chuck E. Cheese. Apparently the voice acting is back, so get ready. I have done a few voice acting kind of themed videos in the past, even though I'm absolutely horrible like at it in my opinion. Apparently that's coming back, so there we go. Cats or dogs? In general, and my answer would be dogs over cats. I've taken care of cats in the past, and I've just like experienced situations with cats. I would say that cats are definitely not my favorite animal. But they're not horrible. I don't dislike cats. They're just not my favorite animal. So in the situation of dogs or cats, dogs. If I made a board game, what would it be? Gosh, that's a good question. Something maybe to do with like cowboys and like the Wild West or something. Something along the lines of like Monopoly kind of. Maybe kind of around the idea of the Oregon Trail, that kind of game, but with like Monopoly or something Wild West themed. I like Wild West themed kind of stuff with cowboys, so I don't even know what exactly it would be, but that would be cool. What's your favorite Clone High character or episode? I definitely have a favorite Clone High character, not a favorite episode. I like JFK. I think JFK is hilarious, just design-wise and personality-wise. While some of the personality to Clone High's JFK is accurate, not all of it is, which makes it funny and which is why I like Clone High in general. But yeah, JFK. I like JFK. What's up? Hello, my name is Jeff. What is your favorite cruise ship? I've personally never been on a cruise ship. If I could go on one, I'd like to go on one that goes over to like Europe or goes along the coast of the United States. Not one, well, I mean, a Disney cruise would be super cool, but I feel like one that stops at various countries would be really cool. So I do not have a favorite. What is your favorite music? Oh gosh. Okay, so my favorite music, in terms of bands, I like the Gorillaz a lot. In terms of general music, though, Christmas music has always had a good place in my heart. So Christmas music is probably my favorite. I have, of course, gone through a nightcore phase, a lo-fi phase, a vaporwave phase, like all those. But yeah, Christmas music. Where is the What the Hey movie? This is definitely something that's been brought up and mentioned before. I definitely, at this point, and with how things are going on in my life, I can't commit to something like that. Definitely. I do like the idea of it, but it's not something that I've explicitly said is going to be a thing. Like, there's a date for it. So currently, I don't have an answer to the question. I definitely do think that'd be something fun to do in the future, but with how things are right now, with just my general busyness schedule, I don't have a specific date or idea for that. What's your favorite Pokemon characters? I would definitely say my favorite Pokemon overall would be Herdier, because Herdier kind of looks like my dog Toby. Not exactly, but that's just how I kind of see it, so like there's a fondness for that. I also really like Mudsdale. I've always just had an appreciation for Clydesdales. I don't even know what like the skills are for that Pokemon, but I just think it looks cool. In general, I like all of the horse, deer, and dog Pokemon. I just like their designs. I think they look cool. So that's that set of questions. Now for more questions, yes. The next question comes from the LMS Ginty, so hello to you and thank you for your question. Why and when did you watch Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends? In reference to when, I definitely watched Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends and stuff when I was younger. I don't really pursue it now, which also goes into the next question of why. I mainly watch stuff about Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends now because people request it. I don't really pursue it in my own time, per se. And people have asked me, like, if I'm a big fan of Thomas the Tank Engine, all that stuff. Like I've said, I have an appreciation and an interest for the people who like that stuff and pursue it. But personally, it's not something that I spend my time outside of school and my own personal hobbies to look into and really research because I really like it. I think it's cool, but why, the answer to why is because people ask me to do it. And that's totally fine. I enjoy it. Crate Tribs asks, hey, what inspired you to make this type of series? So when talking about a series, I'm guessing that refers to my actual channel, and I guess I can explain other stuff too. But for my channel, I've always kind of just been a curious person, so anything that piques my interest or other people's interest by them asking questions, I like to do research on. I'm never gonna know everything about the world, just everything in general, but I like to learn about as much as I can, and like I'll forget most of it, which is why I have my notebooks to look back on the questions that I answer. So the main reason why I do this is because it's just fun. I like it. With stuff like my reaction videos and my review stuff, I also just like doing that kind of stuff. So in general, my main reason for doing the channel is just because I want to do it and it's fun. Jeopardized07 asks, do you know what this means? Among Us. Among Us drip meme, let's go. But yes, thank you for that question. Very nice. Super Saiyan 64 asks, hey, what forms of content do you want to do on this channel in the future? Good question, and I'll actually kind of explain this later in the video, but I definitely do want to do a lot more of gaming content in general. I'm like trying to finish up the Machinarium series as fast as I can, but I want to just do like short, like mini game kind of stuff that I find online that I think would be fun to do videos of. I want to do more animation and animatic kind of stuff because that's just other things that I enjoy spending my time like doing. I feel like more live action kind of skit related stuff that's planned would be fun because I don't feel like I've done that too much besides like 2.5 brain cells, I guess. I would also like to get back into that again at some point. But yeah, in general, I kind of want to do the same stuff that I've been doing, but like more frequently in terms of stuff that isn't reaction videos and question related videos, which is why I have like Saturdays like set out for that kind of stuff. Other stuff that isn't the main focus of the channel. So yeah, I feel like I'm definitely gonna come up with more stuff, which speaking of, if you want to like mention doing a different genre or type of content, feel free to suggest that. Like all of my videos I want people to enjoy no matter what their hobby or interest is. So if there's something you feel like I haven't done on the channel, feel free to suggest that. That's totally fine. Alex Dingley asks, if I were to be a character in Thomas, who would it be and why? I'm guessing that refers to Thomas and Friends. I would probably want to be Toby, and that just goes back to, like, my dog. So that's not a very legit answer, but it's legit to me, okay? Zombie Hunter 2.0 asks, what is your favorite video you've made? That's a very good question. I actually have to, like, think about this and all the stuff I've made. Gosh. This is a video that's a bit way back, but I did a speed drawing kind of art video for Hips the Hippo, and I thought that was super fun because I feel like with art, it's fun to show how you kind of make that kind of stuff, and just picking songs for that, like that's not something that I really do on this channel, which I do want to do more of, but that was really fun. Just doing more content that's related to other people and not just myself is more fun because I get to interact with people, even if it's not stuff where like someone else is like talking in the video, because usually it's just me, but like interacting and featuring other people are the types of videos that I really enjoy doing because I get to just like kind of showcase what someone else is doing. I've also liked my gaming videos because they're not as structured and I don't have to plan for them as much necessarily as I do with other videos. Every piece of content that I put out I do enjoy in some way, but yeah, I think my succulent video and like my Hips the Hippo like speed art thing, those were really fun. Benza Erdes made another set of questions, but they're for this specific like celebration video, so now I'll go into those. First question, how are you? I'm doing pretty okay. This day, like this specific day just felt kind of rushed. But in general, I've been doing good. I've been getting involved in like club campus activities, which has been super good. I'm just like getting myself out to do more than I usually would. I've been having a great time going to like my apartment's like gym place because there's like treadmills and there's like machines that I don't have at home. So that's super fun. But in general, I've been doing good. I've been reading a lot. Which has been a little bit stressful, but other than that, I've been doing good. I hope that you have been as well. What's something we don't know about you? Bruh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the stuff that I've talked about a lot of somewhat embarrassing personal stuff in my I have a good one. Okay. This one is also kind of embarrassing, and I really haven't told it to anyone. So this is like, I'll have to do a separate video for it at some point. But just in general, without explaining the whole thing, I once somewhat ran away from home when I was like 6 or 7, in the attempt, quote unquote, to get to where I was trying to go to, which was to some person's, like they were a friend's house that I was trying to get to. And I was just determined to like go for some reason, but I kind of ran away from home at one point, not because of some like malicious like hatred or like something going on, like nothing was going on behind the scenes with me like having a reason to want to leave like negatively. It was just me wanting to go. So there you go. Favorite cartoon character and why? I've definitely mentioned Jake Long a few times on my channel. I definitely had a crush on him when I was a kid because I thought he was so cool because he's this kid with black and green hair, a red jacket, and then he can turn into a dragon. So still one of my favorite characters. I also like Mikey from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think he's hilarious, and I feel like similar personalities a little bit. So one of those characters, yes. There's actually another character called Prussia, you know, like the country, on this show called Hatalia, that's like a personified anime country show, and I used to have this whole phase where I was like, I am totally Prussia, kind of, I would do all these quotes, and I would just kind of act a little stupid, but I like that character a lot. Can I name 3 things that help me relieve stress? Okay, 1, if I'm ever like trying to do work, and my room's a little messy, like there's even just one thing out of place or something like that. I that's one thing, if I move it or put it where it's supposed to be or just clean in general, definitely one of the best things for me that helps me become less stressed. Number 2 would probably be going for a walk or a run, because that's like you can just go somewhere, even if you're just going on a treadmill and you're staying in one place, technically. I think that's definitely another good way to become less stressed, because you just kind of get some energy out, or your main focus is running, which I think is good. The third and final thing that I feel like helps me out with stress is listening to music, whether that be instrumental or something with words. If I can just listen to music, be by myself or whatever, I feel like that's definitely helpful for me. Personally, I know some people, like, if they listen to music, that may get them more emotional or, you know, more stressed. So that's definitely up to, like, how a person is. But those are 3 things that help me. Would you ever consider living outside the US? If so, where? So I made a few videos on it. I went to Europe like a few summers ago. I can't even think of how many now. But I've done some traveling. And I can definitely say that I would either want to go live in like Slovenia or Austria. I've never been to the Nordic countries, so maybe one of those, but I can't say because I haven't been there. But Slovenia, because the culture and the way just Slovenia is set up, the way it looks is really pretty. And then I really like Austria, wherever we were, the cathedrals and just the culture is what I really love about Europe. Like America, like the United States, definitely has a lot of mixed culture, but I feel like over in Europe, it's an entirely different thing. But I definitely would like to at least travel again over to Europe at some point. I don't know if I will ever live over there. I think I think that would be fun. But I don't know. But either Slovenia or Austria, maybe. What do you imagine your ideal life to be like? If my life could be ideal and perfect, that would be amazing. I know it's not, but if I could, I would like to be financially well off, which, like, with how society is and everything, it like, all that, I don't know how that's gonna go, especially with wanting to be a teacher. That's not really something that you can expect, but just being content and being able to, like, enjoy myself is something that I would like for my life to just be in general. Yeah, I guess that's it. The next set of questions comes from Sir Edward's studio, so hello to you and thank you for your questions. What was the best food you ever cooked? I have made a really mean, gosh darn good quiche. I had to do it for like a home ec class kind of thing. We were like doing stuff around Easter or something, and I made this really good like cheese, egg, bacon, sausage quiche. It was so good. Probably that. How did you come up with the name What the Hey? I like that question. I don't think I've gotten that before. Have I? I don't know. So I feel like in general, the phrasing of what the hey is good for like question videos, because you're like, what the hey, who the hey, why the hey, is this, who is, that kind of thing. So I feel like the way I formed it is just like fun, so that's kind of why I named the channel that. And then my last name is Hay, Hay. Whether or not you believe that, that's up to you. But that's another reason why I decided to name the channel that, so there you go. What do you think of history? I've said it before and I will say it again. I love history. I think history is one of the most influential subjects that you'll learn in school, whether that's like American history or like you're in a different country, like wherever you're at, whether you're learning about your own country or like world history kind of stuff. I think history is one of the most, if not the most influential subjects you can learn in school. Science and English, debatable. Math, not so much. But yeah, in general, I think history is so fascinating, and it's such like a good thing to get into, to learn about like how other people are and just like the history of different things. You can learn about the history of locomotives. You can learn the history of why people have a stereotypical thing about snails and salt, Like, even if it's not something about World War I or like a civil war, if you don't know about that stuff, if you're not interested in it, let someone else be interested in it, which is why I think history is so fun, because you can learn about so many different things. So yeah, my answer is that I like history. If I could grab 3 things when my apartment is burning, what would they be? Bro, is that like a conspiracy? Is my apartment about to be burned down? Hello? If I could grab 3 things legitimately, if this was a serious situation, my wallet, because that has like my cards, my ID, like a bunch of important stuff. Next would be my lanyard with like my house, like car key, that kind of stuff. What else? I have to look, hold on. This is gonna sound stupid, but it makes sense to me. I have a set of coasters that used to be like my grandparents, and they're super cool coasters, but it's also kind of the thing of I have like some sentiment and value attached to those. So even though they're like coasters, just like, I don't know, I would take those, I think. Like, I have a guitar in here, I have like a record player, I have a PlayStation, I have all this stuff. But yeah, phone I feel like would already be on me, but then again, I don't know. But wallet, keys / lanyard, and coasters, there it is. So next question comes from Kenneth Joseph, and they ask, what got me started on my YouTube channel and what got me inspired to be a content creator? So in terms of getting started, I kind of already mentioned, I've always just been very curious about things, but what got me started was getting a notebook. I have like my What the Hey notebook, my second one, with me, but I have the original like green and white stripe one, but I was like, if I want to actually be curious about stuff and learn things, but still remember them in the future, I gotta write it down. So what got me started was actually writing questions down in a notebook and being like, you know what, I should talk about these because I want to be a teacher. So that's also another reason why I got started, and what kind of inspired me to be like a content creator person. I also watched a bunch of content creators when I was younger, Tobuscus, PewDiePie, ASF Jerome, like all the Minecraft people, like in my day kind of thing, the Vanoss crew, those kind of, like a bunch of people who I enjoyed watching at a young age. I was like, that's kind of cool. And while they didn't, like, that action of watching people did not necessarily inspire me to do it just for the sole purpose of being like a content creator. That definitely was kind of like an influence, I guess, in a way. So like a bunch of different things. Okie doke, so those are all the questions. That was probably a bit more lengthy than it needed to be, but I hope I answered all those to like what you were hoping for. Once again, if I forgot to answer your question or something, just let me know, and I can either answer it in like the comment section or I can do something else, so just let me know. So for this section of the video, I'm just going to kind of talk about general updates and how the channel's going. So like usual, I plan on doing reaction videos on Mondays, what the hey, who the hey, why the hey videos on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then Saturdays are like music video days, gaming video days, like all the other random stuff that I don't do throughout the week specifically go on Saturdays. I'll most likely be done with the game of Machinarium relatively soon. cross my fingers I'll be able to get as much as I can done this weekend, I think, and then next, like the end of next month, however that works out, you know. Which with the Machinarium videos, it's the first weekend of a month and then like the last weekend. So either way, gonna be done with it soon. I also have a rap/song already done. I just need to release it, I think, next Saturday. So that's something to look forward to if you're like into just music stuff. I also mentioned that I should be able to get a new YouTube soon. It's one that I saw on the website. I was like, I gotta get that when it got released. So it hasn't been actually shipped out yet. So it won't be soon, I don't think, but it won't be like next year that I'll be reviewing it. So there's that. This next idea that I have, I actually also talked about in the community post. I have an idea for future gaming stuff. So I mentioned I have my PlayStation 2. I would like to do videos where I cover the games that I brought with me for nostalgia's sake and like whenever I'm bored's sake, and have it to where like the camera is set up as if like you're kind of like with me in the room playing the game. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that because the setup's weird, but that might be a future thing that I'm actually really excited to get into because I think that would be fun. But yeah, in general, I feel like the way things are going is pretty good. Once again, if y'all ever feel like there's something missing on the channel, totally let me know. I don't want to keep things stagnant and people aren't happy with that, you know. So if y'all ever like want something new, let me know. Also, I have a recipe for a bread baking video that should hopefully come out soon as well. Maybe not the next weekend, like some point on the weekend I'll be doing that, and it was a recipe that was like given to me, so I'm excited to try it out. As always, I have my social media stuff linked, so if you want to check out any of that, you can. I have my Instagram for messaging and sometimes posting stuff. I cannot guarantee that I will respond and all that kind of jazz, which is why I mainly have my YouTube channel, but all of that is there. So, like usual, stuff is usual. But that's essentially it. I know this video is probably pretty long, and I kind of repeated some stuff. But thank you all very much for like being here to participate in this stuff, because I really do enjoy making these videos and staying active with this kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up before I get too far. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.